Here's an example that might get you a little excited. I guess it's Bristol, Virginia. And I've actually met some of the guys in Virginia that are doing this. And Steve, we'll get you guys together a little bit. They're doing some pretty interesting things out there from an economic development standpoint, partnering together with the people that have the network out there. It's really some pretty neat stuff. They weren't involved in this. This is a whole different part of Virginia. But Bristol, Virginia, and the reason we bring this up, it's rural America. Population about 17,000, which is similar to some of the towns we have here in southern Illinois. They're in the Appalachian area, coal mining. So they've kind of gone through the same things we have here. Double-digit unemployment. That sounds familiar. So they had a small fiber network, but they really decided, to expand that. So they grew it out. And one of the things that happened is Northrop Grumman and CGI decided to locate data centers there. All because now all of a sudden, because of this fiber network, there's inexpensive bandwidth available in a nice part of the country. We think we have a wonderful part of the country here in southern Illinois. We have a lot to offer businesses just like this. The affordable bandwidth was important to them. Highly competitive costs for land and labor. I think we can match them there. And they were looking, and I hope this continues. I think more and more businesses are starting to look at ways that they can do their business centers onshore. Still save money, but not necessarily be going overseas for it. They needed a 1 gig connection. High capacity level broadband was the one thing that was missing in that area. So once they had that, they were able to go there. We'll be able to offer the same thing here once this is completed. And again, having the broadband pipes and the competitive pricing was one of the main reasons that these companies would look at places like that to come. The guy I talked to, who's in another part of Virginia, they talked about companies that have come in and they created 200, 400 jobs coming into a town because they were looking for areas, again, that had good labor pool, good quality of life, like we have here, community colleges, university close, but that inexpensive bandwidth. It's critical especially for data centers and that type of stuff. But I'm telling you, even if you look at manufacturing anymore, every business you can think of is very data intensive anymore. You've got to have inexpensive bandwidth. Since they built this network, and some of these have happened, Bristol was named one of the 7 most intelligent communities. I'm not sure how you win that. I guess it's from the Intelligent Community Forum. I guess they have a forum for just about everything now. But and there's a university there in Wise, Virginia, that's now offering undergraduate degree in software engineering. They were the first Virginia campus to do that. Again, now they're offering jobs in the area that meet the 21st century. Not jobs that are going to go away, but jobs that will stay around. They've created 1,200 jobs off of that. To me, that's something to get excited about. And that's one town in an area. We've got 32 towns that we're going to with direct interconnect points. Everybody has the opportunity to be able to do something similar to this, even if it's not 1,200. I mean, how big would it be for some of our towns to get 200 jobs, 400 jobs from something like this? We have a lot to offer. The lack of bandwidth is one of the things that has been hampering. And if you haven't felt it, you were getting ready to feel it quite a bit. So this is what we're more excited about this than the jobs that might get created during construction or any of that. And that's nice, but this is what really, the fun stuff happens after this gets built. And aside from the jobs, we talk about improved education, health care, entertainment, just overall quality of life. And again, you know, I had that example where, you know, a hospital could help monitor a smaller hospital's ER or something big to see things. I can think of an example. My son last year got a bowel obstruction here and went to the emergency room in Heron. They decided he needed to go to St. Louis. Well, they had to take all the films they had, put it in the ambulance, take it with him to St. Louis. There was no way to transmit that to them. With good bandwidth, the doctors that were in St. Louis could have already had those films, confirmed the diagnosis that they made here, because you know doctors here. Doesn't matter what that guy said, I want to see, you know, I'll make my own diagnosis. But they, as soon as they saw the films, they said, yep, that's what we got, we need to operate. We were fortunate that my son's outcome was fine. He was, you know, it was a tough thing to go through, but there can be situations like that it may be absolutely critical that these physicians be able to see that in a timely fashion. Even something as simple as, I've got some arthritis in my thumb. I had an x-ray done over here at the diagnostic thing. Well, I had to take my DVD over to the doctor, you know, a couple of miles away because they couldn't, you know, it was too big, you know. Well, that's crazy. You know, and those types of things will have impacts that we'll never hear about. You know, that won't make the news. It will be stuff that managed to stay out of the news, but it really had an impact on families and different things like that. And you can think of examples like that for education, anything. But transmitting data, these big packets of data, is really big. It'll make our region more competitive than ever. There are a lot of good things starting to happen here in Southern Illinois. You know, I hope you guys feel it. I know I sure do. Whether it's the Star Bonds thing or just different things that are starting to happen in this area, good things are starting to happen here. We are a Southern Illinois company. And that was one of the reasons to show you this. We're not from out of state coming in and saying we're going to build this network, isn't this great, then you'll never see us again. You know, it's more dots on the map. We live here. All of the families that we employ live in this area. So improving health care, education, public safety, it means a whole lot to us. And it means a lot to think that we might be able to have a bit of an impact on this region that we live in, to where maybe our sons and daughters, when they graduate from school, will have good jobs so they can stay here in Southern Illinois and enjoy the quality of life that we love so much here. And that other people will learn, you know, and be able to come here and enjoy some of the same things that we can enjoy here. This can really benefit, again, we talk about generations after generations to come. So we're really, you know, we are excited. We see it in other places and we know that it can happen here. The contact information you have, Mike Phelan, he's our Vice President of Sales and Marketing. I've got some cards here if anybody cares for those, but Mike's going to be the one that knows probably best where we're at with our anchor institutions and some of that. So any of those, at clearwaybroadband.com, there's a lot of information on there. I know, Haley, if you haven't already, they don't like us. What do? They like us? Or?
On the website, they just go visit it.
But on our Facebook.
Facebook, they like us. On Twitter, they follow us.
Okay. We want you to like us on Facebook. We like having those numbers. Plus, I guess you don't have to like us. You could be following us. But I like to think that, hey, 250 people like us. So that's a good thing. I'll open up for any questions or anything that anybody has. Yeah.